During the 1980s, traffic around Lake Whatcom increased significantly. It was reported during the time frame from 1979 to 1989, there was a 55% increase in traffic on Lake Louise Road between Austin Street and Lake Whatcom Boulevard, a 100% increase on North Shore Drive between Y Road and the Terminus Collector, and a 158% increase on Lake Whatcom Boulevard between Strawberry Point and Lake Louise. The 1980s brought further change to Lake Whatcom area and saw a significant resurgence in timber harvesting as timber stands became the proper age and size. Whatcom County Council adopted the Lake Whatcom and zoning plan in 1982, setting the stage for further development and conservation efforts. In 1984, the approval for the Sudden Valley Shopping Center was granted, further continuing the development of the area. Around the same time, in 1982, a fisheries survey proposed introducing a new sport fish into Lake Whatcom. In response, the Washington Department of Game released smallmouth bass into the lake's basin number 1 in the summers of 1983 and 1984. However, concerns for the kokanee salmon population arose with surveys conducted in 1985 and 1986, estimating only 500 wild kokanees in Lake Whatcom, which was a significant decline from previous surveys from the 1970s, estimating between 8,000 and 10,000 fish. In 1982, URS consultants were selected to complete the Lake Whatcom restoration study funded through a grant under the Department of Ecology. Over the next few years, from 1983 to 1985, URS and the Institute for Watershed Studies conducted water sampling under contract with the City of Bellingham and Whatcom County, aiming to understand and address environmental concerns. Concerns were raised about the draft report, leading to the conclusion that the final study submitted in 1986 was incomplete. As a result, a portion of the funds were withheld from URS and used to fund the Institute for Watershed Studies to work with the county to complete the report. In 1986, James M. Montgomery Consulting Engineers, or JMM, completed their study of the Lake Whatcom as a water source, concluding that the water quality was very good and well within the acceptable standards of the water treatment industry. The study also recommended developing an emergency response plan and monitoring program to protect public health. Lake Whatcom management ramped up during 1981 with an effort made by the City of Bellingham, Whatcom County, and Whatcom District No. 10 to conduct a Lake Whatcom restoration study. URS consultants were selected in 1982 and monitoring began in 1983 for 2 years. Meanwhile, Water District No. 10 proposed a management plan and zoning code for the watershed. The Lake Whatcom Watershed Management Plan, LWWMP, was released in 1986 and revised in 1987. The JMM report, released in 1986, recommended establishing a review panel to meet annually and advise the city on lake monitoring programs and development. The report was constructed under contract to study the use of Lake Whatcom as a water supply source. In the late 1980s, the Whatcom County Natural Heritage Task Force identified 7,500 acres around the lake for potential public ownership. At the county's request, the Washington Department of Natural Resources initiated a land exchange with the owner, Trillium Corporation.